Hello, and welcome to our webinar, New Paths to Prosperity, brought to you by Intuit QuickBooks. I'm your host, Katie Bavoso from the Channel Company. Software as a service continues to be the largest market segment of the global cloud services market and is expected to reach a value of $122 billion this year. SaaS applications can streamline your business and unburden your customers of the complexities of necessary operations like managing their finances. Intuit QuickBooks has the financial management services and solutions to help grow your business and your customer base. For more on this, I'm joined now by Gina Avila, Sales Manager at QuickBooks, an Intuit company, and Nate Flake, Vice President of Operations at Fishbowl, a QuickBooks partner. Welcome to both of you. Let's get started with our first segment, Get to Know Intuit QuickBooks. Gina, this first question is for you. Intuit QuickBooks has prioritized their partner program with incremental investments and resources to grow QuickBooks ecosystem. Who are the ideal partners that would benefit from becoming a partner of this program, and what can they expect from it?
Awesome. Thank you for having us, Katie. We're looking for strategic partnerships with MSPs that have an existing sales and marketing staff and that already have a great value or portfolio of products that they already sell that QuickBooks can fit right into. So we're looking on how we can go into someone's already ecosystem of products and portfolios that they have and how we can add value with QuickBooks, adding QuickBooks to it. The question that we like to ask many of our potential prospects in these new partnership endeavors that we're going into is, do your customers currently already ask you, do you offer QuickBooks? Or do you know of a gap that QuickBooks could add to your existing portfolio of products that you have? So what we're looking for is partners who want to grow and who want to be in a partnership with a company who truly believes that the customer experience and solving for those customer needs is number one.
Gina, what value does offering cloud-based financial management solutions give channel partners, and how do QuickBooks solutions stand out from the competition?
Last fiscal year, in the fourth quarter, we saw QuickBooks Online grew 28% for the quarter, and we saw 25% growth for the year. One of the factors for this growth was primarily driven by customer growth and mix shift, where now we've introduced a QuickBooks Online Advanced offering that is targeting a different customer base that we are seeing a lot of interest in. Online service revenue growth, and this is where partnerships do become very profitable from a partner perspective, is that online services, for example, our online payments for QuickBooks Online grew 35%. And this is one of the big profit centers that we do offer to our partners in our program. QuickBooks Online payroll grew 27% for the year. And again, this is where we're looking for new partnerships that can help us go out and penetrate the market with the value adds that they bring to the table that Intuit does not offer.
Gina, let's talk about the market that the channel is really focused on right now, and that's the small to mid-sized market. How are QuickBooks solutions tailored to the SMB market?
Well, QuickBooks ease of use is like the easy one that we always like to say. It's very easy to use. Anytime, anywhere access is what QuickBooks Online delivers and provides to our customers. The amazing price for the value of the features, and it's easy to implement and to integrate into other custom key applications that we have a variety of. How do you customize QBO, QuickBooks Online Edition, based off of what your business needs with some of our third-party applications, for example, Fishbowl, and we have like many other applications that are available. SMBs need to focus on their business and not spend time on learning how to do accounting. And that's what QuickBooks does a great job on. It allows the small business owner to spend time to drive growth where their passion is. And that's, again, a value add that QuickBooks Online provides.
You did mention Fishbowl, and we'll be talking to Nate in just a moment. But before we do, Gina, how can partners differentiate themselves and grow their businesses by offering QuickBooks solutions and services?
Well, again, so Intuit does a great job of offering an accounting solution that's easy to use. And again, what partners bring to the table and how they can differentiate themselves from QuickBooks Online, QuickBooks Direct, or what have you, is the value-added services that they already do such a great job in. QuickBooks is core to the customer's business need and functionality. In order to create that end-to-end stickiness is where we're looking for partnerships, strategic partnerships with folks that already add a value add of integration, data migration, training, third-party applications, or other services that fit into that small to mid-sized business's needs. And again, that's where, again, they can, partners can differentiate themselves within our ecosystem.
Thanks so much, Gina. And speaking of partnerships, we're going to move on to segment 2, a partner perspective. Nate, let's get you involved in the conversation. And again, thank you so much for being here. First of all, tell me about Fishbowl. What do you do? What kinds of clients do you serve? And how long have you been partnered with QuickBooks?
Thanks for having me, Katie. So I'll answer the last part of that question first. So we've been partnering with QuickBooks for over 20 years. Fishbowl's been around just over 20 years. So ever since we basically started the company, we've been really partnering closely with QuickBooks. I've personally been involved, with Gina and some of these other Intuit partners for over 5 years, and it's been an awesome partnership so far. Fishbowl does inventory and manufacturing management. And so we add on to QuickBooks. QuickBooks stays as the accounting software, and Fishbowl kind of does that advanced inventory and especially that manufacturing niche. And as far as clients we serve, we really mesh up really well with the QuickBooks clients, the small to medium business, the people, all sorts of verticals, right? We do food and beverage, we do construction. If you go on our website, we have over 40 industries that we cater. And so it's kind of the same market as QuickBooks, all sorts of industries, all sorts of different size, small, not size, but all different types of small to medium businesses.
Nate, how does Intuit QuickBooks help you better serve your customers and drive better business outcomes? And I would imagine that after 20 years, there's been a lot of success there.
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, it's kind of like what Gina mentioned. We make a stickier solution with partnerships, right? Fishbowl alone doesn't have an accounting system in it. We don't expect to ever build one because that's not our forte. We're good at inventory and we're going to stick to what we know, right? And so what we do is we partner with QuickBooks, and we kind of provide that end-to-end solution, and it helps customers stay not only affordable, but also just to have a good customer experience. They can stick with Fishbowl and QuickBooks for a long, long time without having to go and spend a fortune on some of these, full-blown ERP systems. And the other side of that I mentioned, the support aspect of it, the customer experience is really what's huge now, right? And we want to make sure that end-to-end experience for the customer is fluid, and it's, they get it in one place. And so we're able to serve our customers by offering them Fishbowl, but also the QuickBooks aspect as well. And it's kind of everything under one roof. So it's been a great partnership.
You talk about that ease of use working with QuickBooks. So how easy is it for businesses to use QuickBooks cloud-based financial management solutions?
So it's really easy to do. I mean, you start out, we deal with companies that are just startups that are like, hey, we have a product, we think it's really cool. Now what do we do? Well, hey, you can get on QuickBooks Online, you can get on QuickBooks Online Advanced, and you can start from day one using it. You don't have to be a guru, an expert, because it's so simple. Their onboarding simple. Their educational resources are awesome as well. And even with like the QuickBooks Online Advanced specifically is, I mean, a lot of people think, once you go from a desktop to a cloud, you lose a ton of functionality. And with QuickBooks Online Advanced, you have all these amazing features that it's like such a robust program for a cloud product. A couple of things to shout out: smart reporting, right? Like you can build out KPIs within QuickBooks Online Advanced for your customers. You can do forecasting. You can restore data. You can roll back changes on vendors and customers, things that 5 years ago you couldn't even dream of on a cloud system. And now QuickBooks Online Advanced, it's really changing the game, honestly.
Nate, what kind of visibility does QuickBooks give you that you may not have had before? And how has that changed your business? You talk a lot about just the cloud solution itself, giving you that ease of access and that ease of use. But as far as visibility goes, what can this give you that you just didn't have without it?
Yeah, so a lot of our clients, they really want reporting, right? And especially now when everything's so kind of, this work from home environment, you're not there face to face to see these things and discuss in a boardroom. You need to give access to everybody. So reporting, like I said, previously, is key. Tracking cost of goods, landed cost, tracking like job costing is huge. And those are the things that QuickBooks offers that we're able to offer to our clients and say, hey, you need to be if you're going to beat the competition, you have to be crazy with your numbers and tracking that. And these are the tools that do it. No one knows, no one wants to dig in and manually drop things into an Excel. I mean, I suck at Excel, I'm not going to lie. And I don't know many people that really enjoy getting into Excel and trying to build out that reporting. And this just makes it so simple. So, that's really been awesome for our clients as well.
Thanks so much, Nate. That brings us into segment 3, QuickBooks and the channel. So Gina, we're going to go back to you for this first question. What investments is Intuit QuickBooks making in the channel?
Well, that's a great question. I'm very happy to say that we have 5 big bets here at Intuit. And one of the big bets that we have, big bet 5, is disrupt the small to mid-size businesses. And one of the biggest initiatives for us to do that and strategies to do that is to partner with strategic MSPs, ISVs, and what have you. So again, in order for us to disrupt the mid-market space, small to mid-market space, it is with partners. The team, my tenure here in this channel, I have seen the most investment in this last year with us having additional training resources that have been added to the team from a sales, enablement, post-sales perspective, just to ensure our partners are set up for success, when they're out there talking to their customers. We've also included additional resources from a subject matter expert. So if we get into those situations where we need to pull in, expert in the QuickBooks solution product with a conversation with one of our customers, we can bring one in. We've also added numerous additional resources from a partner development management perspective. So we're looking at increasing our reach of the folks that we have in the channel under the partner development manager. So there's going to be one to few, so we can go very deep and really make sure that we're understanding how the partner goes to business, so we can be there from a sales and marketing perspective to give guidance and give that extra push and resources from our side of what's needed in order to accomplish that same goal that we have in common. We also are looking at additional resources from a co-sell perspective of how do we get that strategy going with partners. So as Intuit is grabbing kind of these customers' interests and having those inputs flow into our direct channel, how do we now incorporate a partnership with partners in that co-sell motion, which is a huge advantage that we have from both our channel but also from the direct side of the house. Is how do we really accomplish that end-to-end goal? And when we get that customer in and there's a complex need that's needed, how do we introduce a partner in order to take the ball and start running with it? So there's a ton of resources that we have been providing to, that we're now adding to the channel. The other one that we do have that I didn't mention is our marketing support. So we have a portal that enables our partners to go in there and easily access information or marketing collateral to go to market with. We have some go-to-market strategies and how do we co-brand or how do we, co-invest in strategies in order to, again, get that interest out there from both an Intuit perspective, QuickBooks, and also the value add that the partner is bringing. That is a huge, investment that we're wanting to put money in order to solve, again, that small to mid-size business need.
Thanks so much, Gina. For this next question, we're going to start with you, Gina, but Nate, I really want to hear your perspective on this too. How do QuickBooks solutions help partners create stickiness with customers? It's been mentioned several times during this interview, during this webinar, but let's really double click on that stickiness ability.
Absolutely. So Intuit or QuickBooks brings to the table not only an accounting solution software, so the accounting solution software everyone knows about, but there's also integrated solutions within the product from a payments perspective of how do you transact and how do you collect payment from your customers, as well as payroll. Like how do you manage your payroll? All the solutions that are integrated within QuickBooks Online, they all talk to each other. So it makes that solution very sticky from an accounting, how do you receive payment? How do you pay your employees? And then also, again, making it sticky, and we're going with partners. So what is the value add that the partner can bring to encompass like one umbrella that the customer can go to? It's almost like the bow tie, if you think about it. It's the bow tie between Intuit and QuickBooks and the value and the need the customer has from either a post-sale perspective or an end-to-end solution sell. So that's where I really like to say, like, our partners are almost the bow tie in this whole solution in tying the customer together with a true end-to-end solution from a sales, post-sales perspective.
Nate, please weigh in as the bow tie. This I got to hear.
Yeah. So, I mean, just adding on to that, like Gina mentioned, these people, we have these clients that are all across the board, from startup to doing, a million orders a year, right? And the cool thing about kind of having these add-ons like Fishbowl is they start out with QuickBooks and they're using the functionality they need, right? They're not using every feature within QuickBooks on their first day. As their business grows, they're able to scale their business with QuickBooks and add-ons like Fishbowl and their payment merchants, time tracking, things that you don't think about on day one or even day 200 as your business is rolling along, right? And so we're able to kind of leverage the QuickBooks brand to really create the end-to-end solution, like Gina mentioned, but also just helping them scale, right? Like for scaling and growing their business and using all the necessary tools. I mean, it's interesting. I used to do implementation for Fishbowl, and it was always kind of mind-boggling to me to meet these clients that didn't realize like how much functionality was within QuickBooks they weren't using, right? It's like having a phone and not knowing all the cool things it can do. You're using maybe 20% of its functionality. And then you start to show them, hey, here's some cool tips and tricks. And, between the different things that QuickBooks offers and the educational resources, you're able to kind of really open their eyes and then they see, wow, I really can scale my business for a long time with QuickBooks, right? And so the stickiness, it really just creates like that perfect combination.
Gina, what kind of support does QuickBooks provide partners?
Great question. This is one that I'm very proud to go into a little detail in. We provide partners with, first of all, is the partner development manager that will sit down with you and do a detailed sales and marketing plan for the fiscal year. We will then analyze what sales tools are needed in order to accomplish those goals. We will also sit down with our marketing team and see like what is the co-branding aspects that we can do in order to go to market easier and seamless from an end-to-end perspective from our customers' viewpoint. We would also provide our partners with the enabling functions that's enabled from a training perspective of how do we make sure that the partners feel confident in delivering and talking to their customers about QuickBooks. So there's a variety of tools and resources that are going to be available to you as you join our program. Again, we like to say your success is our success. So we will do everything in our power in order to ensure that we are there for you and we are viewed as part of your team.
Thanks so much, Gina. And Nate, from a partner perspective, I'd really like to hear you talk about QuickBooks support. What have you experienced in that category?
Yeah, I mean, just kind of going off of what Gina said, like it's so different than other tech partnerships that I've been involved with. Like you really almost kind of build this family, and from your partner development manager to the resources, they kind of lay out the red carpet for you. And I'm going to toot Gina's horn for a little bit. They've been amazing to work with. And even like anything from like marketing assets, I've had meetings with their marketing team on, hey, what do you guys need? You need different assets. What kind of logos do you want? Can we do some cool co-branded things? And you think just such a big company, you think Intuit like, oh, good luck getting anything done. And these guys are like, hey, let's roll the red carpet out. What can we do? Like they care about you as a partner and how you can grow your business. I've got a lot of personal relationships with a lot of, back when we were doing in-person things, we'd do dinners after events and things like that. And it just becomes a really, cool relationship you have with them. The other kind of side of it is the development side. A lot of people don't think about that, but we've had, our head of development had a meeting only last week with one of the developers at QuickBooks saying, how do we build the integration tighter? Like what's your wish list on how we can develop in the future. And, our dev manager calls me right after the meetings. Like I was blown away at like the fact that they were so open and to suggestion, like they were so cool about what can we do better to help your guys' integration. And between that, Fishbowl has a summit coming up, that's talking about inventory management and how do you kind of grow your business and track your inventory. And they were able to offer some Intuit speakers and say, hey, how do we help your summit? And so you're kind of catching the theme, right? Like how do we help you as the partner, and how do we give you the resources you guys need to not only grow your clients but to grow this relationship for the future. And so like I said, out of all the relationships I have partner wise, like QuickBooks is by far, they go above and beyond, and it's been an awesome experience.
That's such an amazing, candid way of talking about QuickBooks, Nate, and we appreciate it. Gina, for those who want to have that experience that Nate is having and want to get involved, where can they learn more?
Absolutely. And the next slide, you will see some information on how to learn more about our program and also contact us, so we could have a further discussion about your business and how we could fit QuickBooks into your portfolio of offerings. And we welcome you to have that conversation with us and ask us all the questions you have.
Gina, Nate, thank you both for joining me today. And thank you at home for watching our webinar, New Paths to Prosperity, brought to you by Intuit QuickBooks. Once again, I'm Katie Bavoso. Take care.